Okay, guys, here we go. We've got some gameplay in the background for you to enjoy. I thought I'd try some Modern Warfare 2 with the Akimbo 1887 pistols. Sorry, shotguns, not pistols. That'd be crazy. The 1887 Akimbos are terrible anyway, but they're kind of effective in this one for me. I don't do too bad with them. It's quite a good gameplay, you know. It's nothing amazing, but hey, it's just visuals for you to look at and hopefully enjoy. So, yeah, I just wanted to revert back to a couple of things. The last video I did was a little bit ragey and a little bit shouty, and I don't want everybody to think I'm becoming a rage channel, because I know some people like the anger and the temperamental tones of my voice when I'm not in a good place in my mind. But you know, it's just kind of real life. You know, people always do this hashtag real talk. Well, there's kind of hashtag real life as well, and it's just real rage, it's real emotions, and it's real reactions. We all have them. Whether people make out they're the calmest, coolest cats ever to grace a gaming console, I don't care. Everybody has moments where they're just like, how can you do that to me? And like that last game, how can you have moderate NAT? I've said before, I've said it over and over, and I'm not going to bore you with it. I've made my NAT type moderate, and I've made my internet so bad, and I have to just download and upload loads of stuff while I'm playing Call of Duty, and it works for me. It does work. There's a program out there called Net Limiter, which is really good as well, but kind of hooking it up to your console. You need to run your console through your PC, and you have your PC act as a router kind of thing. There's ways of going around it. If you Google it, you can do it, but that essentially helps as well. I haven't got around to doing that because my PC is a little bit temperamental with my Windows, but it's just stupid that you have to take these steps, and I have now made my NAT type moderate to avoid hosting any games. And you know, people, especially in Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4, people think that host is the be-all and end-all of everything, and it's like, well, you know, they need dedicated servers, because host in Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4 was great if you had it. Put the brakes on. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Host was great for people of a certain nature. I kind of got corrected on a few of my videos, in fact, when I talked about lag comp, and I mentioned it being introduced, should I say, into Modern Warfare 3 and being here from then on, and a lot of people corrected me and said, no, it's always been there. You know, you've got to understand, it's always been there. It's just that the net coding is in fact worse than it ever has been, and it's got worse and worse. And that's true, in fact, and it's taken me a bit of a while to realise that. But when I look at my Modern Warfare 2 games, if I'm not host, I'm having a great time. As soon as it hosts me up, I have problems. You may dispute that. People may say, oh, well, I've got great internet and I get great Wi-Fi and I never get these problems. Brilliant. That's awesome for you. I'm really happy for you, but you're kind of in the minority. I know so many people that this happens to, and I always remember the legendary Sandy Ravage. You know, I ain't being hard on you, bro, but I remember one of his videos, UMP plus host, moo ha 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 ha. That was the title of the video, and it's a great video. If you can go and find it on his channel, go and check it out. But it's a gameplay of him on Modern Warfare 2 using the UMP 45, and he's pulled host. Now, for him, it works, and when it comes to the end of the video, you actually see why. But he's kind of running into crowds of people with the UMP 45, and it's like a 2-bullet takedown every time, and people genuinely just can't see him. I think he gets about 3 AC-130s, and eventually he just I think he goes something like 100 plus on this game. It's insane. It's a ground war game as well, so it's absolutely insane. But when he gets to the very end of the game, he clicks onto the player lobby, and he's got a 4-bar and everybody's got a 3 and 2-bar. Now that is when host is awesome. You see, when I host, everybody has a 4-bar except for maybe one person who's unlucky enough to have a 3, but it's very rare. Generally I can 4-bar the entire lobby up, and that's why people love it, especially party members, when I host it up, because it runs perfectly for them. For me, it's the complete polar opposite. It's shit. It's terrible. I find the game just too unplayable, and this is across every single Call of Duty. It's always been there, and it always will be there. And that is why I have to make my NAT type moderate, because my internet is just too nice to everybody else except me. And I guess the point I'm really trying to make is that I just don't want to see this continued on. You know, I'd done a video the other day talking about the Advanced Warfare trailer. And, you know, I mentioned about how good the game looked and everything else, and it looked exciting, and the colour palettes and everything was really nice and fresh and flavoursome. And somebody mentioned in one of my comments, they said, look, no disrespect to you, but I don't really give a shit how it looks as long as it plays well. And I kind of thought, yeah, I'm with you on that one. You know, what the hell am I talking about? It could look like garbage. It could look like Call of Duty 4, which wasn't the most pleasing to the eye Call of Duty, but when it was in its prime, it played like a dream for practically everybody. I just think that it's now come to the time where we can look past over the, the last 7-8 years when we've been playing online and say, they need to look and say, okay, we've punished hosts enough, now it's time to maybe give something back. You wouldn't enter a race, let's say Formula 1, you wouldn't enter a race against Rubin Barrichello, Jenson Button and Michael Schumacher, pre-coma should I say, and walk into that race and everybody's got their Formula 1 cars that are sponsored and their Ferraris and everything else. And then all of a sudden you walk on with a go-kart and absolutely whoop everybody's ass because you've got the worst car. It can't work that way anymore. It really can't. It's got to stop, and it's got to stop now because it's just getting tiresome. And I shouldn't have to do what I do. I shouldn't have to make my nut type moderate and keep phoning my service provider. The conversations I have with my service provider is hilarious. I ring them up and I say, hey, yeah, how you doing? And they're like, yes, you press the button to say you have a problem. What is your problem, sir? Is there anything we can help you with? Yeah, there is, in fact. Well, hopefully there is. My internet's just too good and I need to know ways I can make it terrible. Yeah, you've never heard such an uncomfortable silence on a phone of somebody who is just thinking, is this a piss take? Is this a joke phone call? I'm sorry, you're going to have to get off the line, sir. This is for customers only. So yeah, it's got to end now, but it probably never will, and that's just how it is. We got to deal with it. So yeah, I may sound a little bit fed up in my tones. I do apologise. I'm worn out from losing my cool. So I'll see you later, guys. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday. Apocalypse done.